What is your favorite hobby outside of what you do for YouTube?
Favorite hobby, I'm super into martial arts. So even before I got online, I started martial arts in high school. I just always like to either be fit or do something challenging. It's also good for self-confidence, keeping your head right. You will most likely not try to get into as much fights outside because you see what kind of damage getting into fights can actually do. So you don't want anything to do with that. You try to avoid it. Yeah, that's a big part of my life.
I'll beat your ass.
This is from Moonlight, who says salam.
Walaikum salam.
What was a dish you hated as a kid, but is now one of your faves?
Oh, there's not one food on this planet that I hate other than mushrooms.
Oh.
And I don't like them still. Mushrooms suck. All you earth eaters, I don't want to hear nothing. All you fungi fritters, I don't want to hear nothing. Nothing.
I'm not associating with this guy. I don't know what he's talking about.
Listen, I think like vegetables, I used to like not like the green beans and stuff like that, and like even like the whole grains and like Sierra, they have like frike and stuff like that. And then I was never like really opposed. I always wanted protein, but I never disliked them, and now I like them. No, there's nothing. The only thing is mushrooms, and I still hate them.
I'm gonna make you a good mushroom pasta.
No, the other day I had a mushroom pasta. It was in the cream sauce. It wasn't even like the texture. I just knew. I just sensed it. I sensed it. That stupid piece of earth. It's like you're eating soil. I don't know why you guys like mushrooms. Like, it's so bad. And then you bite into it. I can't even think about it. It's a texture and flavor thing. This is funny. As a guy who's been roasted for generally just picking butter chicken, what do you think is the least known, most underrated Indian dish?
Indian dish. Pakistani.
I thought I was gonna say, yeah, I should have not picked that.
No, that's cool. Indian dishes, the most underrated Indian dishes. Like, there's so much because even like from the country itself, from south to north, the cuisines are super diverse. So I'm not that knowledgeable in a lot of different types of Indian cuisines, but something that I'm not really knowledgeable of yet that I know of are dosas. I know there's different types of dosas. Maybe some people know dosas. I would say maybe dosas. I'm not too sure.
I've never heard of dosas.
No? Okay, there you go. Who would you consider your fantasy collab partner to be with?
My fantasy collab partner? Is it like a celebrity?
Anyone. It's a fantasy collab, so they couldn't even be a real person.
Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry, why? Man, you just watched him lose.
No, stop. Don't give me that. That's a GOAT right there. Stephen Curry, stop playing with him. LeBron James would probably be a good. I'm very into sports, so I really do appreciate a good athlete.
Okay, so choose one. Who?
Stephen Curry.
Why?
Best to ever shoot the ball.
Okay, and I'm gonna add on to this question. What would you make him?
What would I make Stephen Curry?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd ask Aisha what she likes to cook. I like this one too. What show is your favorite to recreate their foods? I don't know, because you're just known for this now.
I did a few with a regular show. The meatball sub was really good. The Simpsons had good recipes. But the worst, if I can just add to that, the worst is, what's that show called? They made hot Cheeto cheese sticks, which was nasty. Craig of the Creek, it's the worst. One of the biggest things that drew me to you was how comfortable you seem as you say Bismillah. Did it come naturally and easy, or was there a process for you to trust the world with who you are?
Trust the world with who I am. SubhanAllah. I've always been unapologetically myself. Just something about where I grew up and how I grew up really instilled confidence in me. I was never ashamed to say my name properly or say Bismillah because it was just so normal to me, and that's what made me unique. Never be ashamed to embrace who you are. You have to accept who you are before others accept you. And for me, it's like, if you don't like me and what I have to offer, then f*** you. We're gonna bleep it. Who would you say is your biggest inspiration in cooking? Any family members or any YouTubers? Question mark? Love that question.
Family member is definitely my mom. That's where I learned all of my Pakistani dishes. No measurements whatsoever. She just knows what she's doing, and that takes years, right? So that's definitely an inspiration. Other influencers, like on TV, like I grew up watching a lot of Food Network. Emerald Lagasse, Iron Chef America, you know, like even Guy Fieri, you know, like his show, Drivers, Dive-Ins, and Dives. No.
Diners, Drive-Ins.
Diners, Drive-Ins?
And Dives.
And Dives. That was a cool show. More so Chef Ramsay when I started watching YouTube. What cooking skills / techniques took you from being a good cook to a great cook?
Oh, the best technique that I learned for cooking for the last several years, like in taking that super serious, less is more. I used to over-season the goofy out of everything that I used to make, over-season the shit out of it. You have to let the ingredients talk, and now I'm just letting more of the flavors talk. Let them talk slowly. And I think that's what made me a better cook. Out of all the variety of dishes you had, what would be your favorite culture? Also, keep up with the great work.
Thank you. Favorite culture, apart from Pakistani cuisine, I would say Japanese. I just like the seafood, I like the noodles. They're super precise with the way they do their techniques. After that, Italian. What struggles did you overcome while losing weight? How did you deal with those people who body shame you?
The first thing is discipline. That's the best thing that you have to implement in order to lose weight. You have to be fine with with, missing out on things, sleeping early, and quite honestly, I've lost that discipline. I've gained weight since I started social media, but discipline is the number one thing. Body shaming, never cared, because anytime anyone has ever body shamed me, it's like, I'm not trying to stoop down to your level, but like, you built funny. So I don't know why you're coming at me. The fact that you're built funny makes it seem like you want to come for me, but like, who cares? If you had to choose one dish to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh, I would say my top 2 favorite Pakistani dishes, you might think it's Kulfi, but it's not Kulfi, would either be halim, which is a meat and lentil porridge stew, or maybe sikh kebabs. If I had to choose one, I would have to go with halim. How many pots have you burnt so far?
I've only burnt like 1 or 2 pots because I put one in a flame, which is probably not the smartest idea because it was not cast iron.
What were you making?
God knows, man. I don't know what I was making. I was trying to boil some shit.
Well, you boil something and then you caught it on
I don't know
fire?
what I would... Oh, like a burned a pot like that? No, I was just trying to boil like some liquids.
And then it caught on fire?
No, it just like the flame burned the pan. Okay, so this is my favorite question. As a content creator, what do you think helped you succeed the most?
I would say the consistency. Either if it's every day or every week or every month, at least do something on a consistent basis. At least then people know that you're still around and you can provide some sort of value to them on a certain time or day. Other than that, maybe niching down and actually enjoying what you do, because you can do something on a constant basis, but if you don't really like it, then people can see that, and you don't enjoy it, people won't enjoy it, and it's just not good for anyone. Was there ever a time in your career that you thought about giving up?
Sometimes. There's a lot of times where I feel like in social media, I just feel like this really weird pressure that I probably put on myself, but super comfortable in my skin, and I don't mind being out there sometimes because I pray that like whatever I'm offering to the world is of value. That's very comforting to me. It's like I am benefiting a lot of people, hopefully. But sometimes it's just like very not motivating, just because sometimes probably people get to me, and I hate to admit it, but probably that's the case. But to actually just stop and quit, I feel like I've been blessed with this opportunity, and it's just only right to be a positive light to the world. This is like me working on the best version of myself while sharing my journey with people. I really like this question too because it's a very broad question. You can answer however you like. What is your ultimate goal with cooking? And I'm assuming they mean social media.
I just like sharing food and things that I enjoy eating, and hopefully providing some sort of value to anybody who's looking to cook Pakistani cuisine or any of the foods that I like. You know, I get a lot of DMs from people, actually a lot of couples who marry into Pakistani families, and they're trying to impress either their in-laws or like their spouse, and so they DM me, I'm trying to impress my significant other, which Pakistani dish do you think I should make? You know, so if I can provide value like that, then you know, like that's all good for me.
He's a matchmaker.
What are your future plans, or is there something bigger you're aiming for?
The most cliche answer is to help solve world hunger. I do have a passion of like helping people / being a bright light to the world, but realistically, how much am I doing for that goal? I think I'm slacking. But the end goal is to just somehow, somewhere, just be really a positive impact on this world. I don't know how, but I don't think it's making recipe videos in 15 years. That's for sure.
So if you're slacking, what do you think can help you not slack as much?
I think a lot of times I like have these bold claims, but just when it comes to the nitty gritty of actually executing, it's pretty hard because like it's a big claim and it's something that's like, it's just such a big goal. And I feel like I don't know the path towards that goal just yet. So I'm kind of going through the motions, but that's what I mean by slacking. I just feel like I haven't gotten figured out yet. And I feel like I have to be a lot better at what I do in order to be that impactful on the things that I want to do. Among this, you can't be biased. Just because you're sitting next to me, you can't answer this differently. Among all the cooking content creators, which collaboration did you enjoy this year so far?
Not even being biased, my man.
No.
I swear, my man GoldenBalance. Even last year, I would say, like you are like honestly super humble, and he's efficient as hell. Like he gets his work done quick, and then we can just hang out too at the same time, right? So super chill, always laughs, but we get the work done, which is nice. So has to be GoldenBalance.
No way.
Yeah.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate it.
This is from Arlene Guiteras. Why is your Spanish pronunciation so good? Do you speak multiple languages?
This is a carne asada torta. The reason why I have good pronunciation with any Spanish word is for one reason only, is because I speak Arabic fluently. I have never studied Spanish. Even when I was in Miami, everyone used to speak to me in Spanish and I had no clue what was going on. And I don't think that being in Miami is what helped my Spanish at all. I think when you learn Arabic, and that's the only other language that I do know, you have these pronunciations that you learn on how to like roll your R's, for example, or how to say specific letters and vowels in certain ways for other languages. That's why I say cilantro.
So you got a lot of tools under your belt which you can use for other languages.
Yeah, but it's just pronunciation. But like, I think like learning a third language would be super hard, and I just don't have the commitments for it.
If you did have a commitment, which one would you choose?
Which language would I choose? I would probably learn Spanish.
Yeah.
100%. Because I find that the Hispanic or anybody that speaks Spanish typically, I just want to like talk to them. What is the hardest recipe you've ever made?
Hardest? Like there's a lot of complicated ones. I recently did a nihari ramen, and nihari itself has a lot of components. I would say biryani also has a lot of components, and you can mess up biryani too by not having enough spice. You know, like the ratio between plain rice and masala rice has to be good. Everything's doable. There's nothing that we can't do, but the most complicated ones would definitely be something like nihari or biryani. What was your non-negotiable reason to keep going and keep making videos?
I think the number one reason and purpose on why I do the things that I do is just recognizing the impact that I've had on people's lives. I've received videos of people's like parents watching my video inside their own kitchen, cooking my recipe. And that is probably the most like heartwarming thing in the world.
Yeah.
Is you actually have an impact on people's households and how they live their life. That's the coolest thing in the world. It's like, it's real impact. And for someone that kind of had like a untraditional upcoming with like their career path, it's just like, this is my purpose. And it's you guys. It sounds so cliche, but it's so damn true. That's what most cooks are like that. They really have that passion for the food. That's done. That's all 10. You like them? They're good, right? I scrolled through like a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot.
A lot of them were Kulfi. Like a lot of them.